Hello everyone, my name is Larry, and essentially this is a channel for my journey about living with stage 4 metastatic prostate cancer. I promised, I would also do videos on my neuropathy journey, which I've already done that one, and then another one on my thyroid journey, or does Erlita and Lupron cause hypothyroidism? Anyway, today is the thyroid journey, my history of thyroid to date. So let's dig right in. On September 13th of 2022, I had gone to a neurologist at Evangelical Hospital in Lewisburg, Pennsylvania, and the neurologist's name was Dr. Alum. And in addition to taking the mechanical tests on me to see how far my neuropathy had progressed, she also ordered a blood test. And for some reason, part of the test was whether, it checked my TSH, my thyroid stimulating hormone, and my T4 free, which is both of those tests are just to see if the thyroid stimulating hormone, what level it's at. So I don't know why she gave me that test, but it turns out that it shows that I have hypothyroidism. The first test that she gave me. My TSH tested high, and my T4 free was low. And I'm not sure, I'm not a doctor or medical in any sense, so I can't comment too much on those, but that's an indication of hypothyroidism. So then from there, we went to October 17th, 2022, where Dr. Allen, that's when she notified me about the blood test, indicating that the thyroid was not working. And she wrote orders for me to meet with my primary care physician, whose name is Dr. Tamer Fati. So on October the 21st of 2022, I had a phone call from Erica Lees, who's the physician's assistant for my current hematology oncologist, Dr. Alawalia. And she wanted me to have a second test because of that test she saw from Dr. Alam. So I did have the second test then, and in fact that showed the same problem with the TSH being high and the T4 free being low. And then before they would prescribe any drugs for me, they wanted me to have a third test. When I saw my primary care physician, Tom Fati, he had me take a third blood test. That was on December the 2nd, 2022. And in fact, my tests were still outside the limits. The TSH was high and the T4 free was low. So at that point, Dr. Fati prescribed for me levothyroxine, and I started taking that on December 15th of 2022. And levothyroxine is, here's my little bottle of those. I just started taking them December 15th. Today is January 3rd, 2023. It's a very small pill. They're easy to drop. Right there it is. And I take one of those every morning, an hour before I eat anything in the morning, because it's gets absorbed by your bloodstream quicker. You want to make sure it's absorbed by your bloodstream and doesn't get mixed in with your breakfast, I guess. So take one of those. It's only 25 micrograms, which is, I guess, the smallest dose that they can give you. They're sort of experimenting, trying to figure out how much to give me. So we'll see how that goes. And I want to tell you that I'm going to show you my test results. So on these are my TSH, the thyroid stimulating hormone, on 9/13/22. Okay, the indicator, it should be below 4.2. On 9/13/22 is 5.06, which is too high. Then on 10/21/22 it was 5.92. That's also too high. And then on 12/2/22 it was 4.7, which is also greater than 4.2, so that's too high, even though it was down a little bit. Now, I want to tell you though that I had other tests results on my Geisinger page, and I had 4 tests prior to those 3 tests, and all of those were okay. They were all below 4.2. Then on the T4 tests, the T4 free test on 9/13/22 was 0.7, the 10/21/22 was 0.7, and the 12/2/22 test was 0.7. And they should be below or greater than 0.9. So they were all too low. And I'm told, so I was diagnosed at that point with hypothyroidism, and hence the levothyroxine, or levothyroxine, however you say it. And just a note there, my T4 free, I had 1 test before those 3 tests, and on 4/18/19, as a matter of fact, my T4 free was 1.18, which would put me well into the okay category, which is higher than 0.9. So all the tests that I had took before I started taking Erlita and Lupron, which was on September the 2nd, 2021, were within the range. So I wonder, did taking Erlita and Lupron cause my thyroid to go wrong? And that's possible because there's some test results, there's some test studies done that say that Erlita does that. I'm not sure about Lupron. Actually, my doctor, Catherine Handy Marshall at Johns Hopkins in Baltimore, suggested that may be true. And if you've watched my other videos, you know that I'm right now on a vacation from Erlita. But since I'm taking the thyroid meds here, I'm not sure if we're going to be able to tell if let's say my numbers on the next blood test for hypothyroidism, TSH and T4 free come in okay. I don't know that that's due to the fact that I'm not taking Erlita, or whether this is working. So anyway, that's where we are, and I'm going to make a video on side effects and symptoms, the symptoms that I may or may not have had or am having, and side effects that caused by all the drugs that I'm taking. Not that many. I think I'm taking 4: levothyroxine, Erlita, Lupron, and gabapentin. But I'm going to make a video separate on that. But I just want you to know that here's the symptoms that I do have, that I do notice in me. There's many more than the ones I'm going to tell you right now, but these are the ones I noticed in myself, or hypothyroidism. I have had a weight gain. I gained about 20 pounds in the last year, and I was always pretty active and try to stay active physically. I feel cold a lot. That's another symptom. I have low energy. Again, I'm taking other drugs. I don't know if they're caused. They contribute to that. Muscle weakness. Brittle fingernails. That's one that really, I've never had that in my life. All I have to do is tap anything and my fingernails shatter. They crack. I have swelling in my feet and ankles. I've noticed that. It's not every day, but I never had that in my life before this last year. I have a puffier face than I did, and I go, and when you say, Lord Larry, you don't really have a puffy face, but I've always had a long, skinny face, and it's filled out considerably. Slower movement. I can tell you, neuropathy contributes to that, but you know, all in all, I move like an old man now. And a year ago, I was walking 4 or 5 miles at a pace of under 14 minutes a mile, or 14 and a half minutes a mile, whatever. Under 15 minutes a mile, anyway. 4 miles an hour. And I can barely walk on the mile now. I struggle. I stumble around. So anyway, that's the scoop on the thyroid journey. And hang with me as I get, once I get done with the videos on my history, I'm going to start a blog. And the most important event coming up for me is my uh, neurosurgery on the tumor on the dura of my spinal cord. I want to make videos, or maybe my sister will help me make videos as I try to recover. We'll walk through that, and we'll just see what happens. There's a vlog on really having stage 4 metastatic prostate cancer, but I have all these other things going on which are, I think, are somewhat related. I'm not a doctor again, but we'll see how that goes. And as always, if you're a prostate cancer, if you have advanced prostate cancer, metastatic stage 4 prostate cancer, or if someone you loves is a patient, stay in the game. Stay with this. Be a warrior. Stay positive, man. It's the way to fly. Thanks for being here today. Thanks.